quote, the FBI leaked attorney-client privileged communications from those devices to the New York Times. So this is a major story that's just developing right now that a lot of people have been telling me here in the comment section. But this seems very big and just yet another sign of just how politically biased and insane our current social political climate is right now. Because, I mean, if these allegations that we're seeing...
These people are
true,
evil.
I'm asking myself, who
Adam Goldman of the New York Times. Evil. We've got to stop playing these games. This is a guy who got privileged legal communications under the United States Constitution and our laws and norms. You have a right to legal counsel. And the guy at the New York Times gleefully published this from a rival organization. Why? They want this country to burn. They want power, and they will get it by any means necessary, and they will use the power of the federal government to do it. I am looking at all of you right now, and I am telling you this. The police will kick your door in and bash your teeth out the moment Black Lives Matter protests you. We've already seen it happen. You think this is a joke? James O'Keefe's legal privileged communications were just given to the New York Times, and Adam Goldman, with a smile on his face, published it. He doesn't care about this country. He doesn't care about our norms. These people are at war with you, and they will burn your life to the ground like they're doing to Rittenhouse and like they're doing now to James O'Keefe because you dare oppose their power grab. This is not a joke, and it is getting worse. And in the next 10 years, as we enter the fourth turning and it escalates, it is going to get worse. James O'Keefe is a journalist. The federal government stole his privileged legal communications and gave it to the New York Times, who published it with a smile on their faces. These people do not hold your values. They do not believe in the Constitution. The prosecutor in the Rittenhouse case violated the Constitution. They will do it again. They will do it more, and they will burn down your town, and the feds will protect them, and the police will protect them. Stop thinking the institutions are on your side. This country is being corrupted, and we are watching it every day, and it has gotten to the point where you need to ask yourself, will the police protect you when someone comes to your town and threatens to kill you? No. The detectives in Kenosha, the prosecutor went against the young man who was fleeing for his life. And James O'Keefe, an anti-establishment individual, and I mean that with respect, but he is outright just a journalist, is facing the boot of the authoritarian fascist government. And it will get worse, and it will happen to you because you keep complying. And you keep saying, but my kids need food. And now inflation is here, and there's food shortages, and your kids aren't eating. And the schools are indoctrinating your kids. Now we see a turnaround with Youngkin because the parents are standing up. But too many people keep saying, as long as I keep filleting the state and dropping on my knees for the far left extremists, I will squeak by, and you will not. The police will come to your home. They will kick your door in, and they will arrest you because the good cops have already started quitting. And like we saw in Seattle, the police arrested the man who was retreating from Antifa as Antifa approached him with clubs in hand. And they apologized to Antifa over it. Like we saw in the Chaz, when several men unloaded hundreds of rounds into an SUV, and then the extremists stripped the evidence from the vehicle, and none of those people are brought to justice. And now we are at the point where Project Veritas is having their private, privileged, legal communications leaked to the New York Times, who with a smile on their face violate all norms, all respect, and lack all scruples. And you think sitting back and complying will result in you getting by. You are wrong. I'm sick of this.
Preach.
They were in the majority.
No, exactly.
The Republicans agreed with Russiagate.
Yeah.
They did nothing.
Yeah.
And now I can't believe, I don't think people understand the severity of what we're witnessing right now with Project Veritas.
No.
Hearing this story breaking right now on this show is basically what you need to understand. We are in a neo-communist, fascist, we need a new word for it. State, authoritarian, whatever.
This is technocracy, man. This is it.
Has had evidence of crimes committed in Kenosha, nothing was done. The state prosecutor instructed the detectives not to execute a search warrant on Gage Grosskreutz, who came with a concealed weapon illegally to a riot. And the state said, no, don't execute the warrant against him. They are burning the country to the ground. They're getting away with it. The FBI is not on the side of justice.
Right.
They are on the side of targeting you, your friends. They will come for you given time. You think maybe you can hide among the masses, but eventually, when the turkeys are all lined up, not a single turkey gets by, all of their heads get removed. Project Veritas just happens to be one of the groups with a longer neck. James O'Keefe stands up and speaks out and goes after the power structure. And the New York Times is a vassal of the authoritarian state. They are a weapon wielded by the authoritarians who have taken over this country and are taking away our rights. And they are raiding the homes of journalists. This is, I just hope you all understand that this moment right now will go down in infamy. You will remember where you were when you learned the FBI began targeting American journalists, because in a year, in 2 years, when there no longer exists any free press, you will ask yourself, how is it that we've gotten to this point where we're hiding underground, where we're fleeing our homes, where we've decided it's no longer safe to live in this country? And you will think back to the day that Project Veritas was raided by the FBI and their legal rights were violated, and that other journalistic institutions gleefully basked in this.
James O'Keefe is the canary in the coal mine. Let's not let him die.
Yeah, he is.